join and benefit from this talk as well. Okay? So can everyone hear me? No sound. Okay, let me get back to you on that. Test. Hello, is there sound? Okay, Mary, is there sound? Nisha, Anissa, no sound. Okay. All right, now you can hear me? Type clear if you can hear me. Okay now. Okay, good. Okay. Okay, thank you everyone for the responses. And all right, I'll start all over. So hi all, thank you for joining once again. So good thing we did a sound check, right? And while waiting for more people to come in, please like and share this Facebook Live so that more of your friends can join and benefit from this talk as well. Okay, so it's nice to see many people here, new names. I've never seen you guys. Okay, thank you for joining. Last weekend was very interesting because everyone was waiting for the election result. And then yesterday, late at night, I think a lot of people were also, awake because there were some twists and turns of events. And this thing just kept some people awake, and I was one of them. Anyone here got followed the news? Any opinion you want to say? For me, I was a first time voter. You can see I still have this purple finger. So when voting, I was excited. And whatever outcome there will be, well, we'll just see. Okay, so Amalina, clear. Steven, clear. Nisha, clear. Okay, good. Muhammad Yassin, Vrooks. Okay. So thank you everyone for the responses. So for today's talk, okay, just for your information, we've done Ichimoku on the 7th of November. And then last Monday, we did RSI. That was on the 14th of November. So today, we're going to talk about chart patterns. So before we begin, I have to read to you this disclaimer. This talk is for information and educational purposes only and should not be construed as a solicitation to buy or sell any of the stocks mentioned herein. The speakers or staff may have positions in some of these stocks. All right. So the talk content for today, I think you guys are going to love it because it's free knowledge and also useful. So first thing we're going to look at is the first look at chart patterns. And for those who haven't been following, okay, for first timers and newbies especially, to make sure everyone is on the same page, we have to do a quick recap on trend lines and support and resistance. Because for this topic, it is very related to these two, trend lines and support and resistance. So after we do a quick recap on this, then we can go to the main content for today, which is chart patterns. So we're gonna first look at what are chart patterns. Okay, what do they mean? What are the patterns? After that, we'll go to the classifications of chart patterns. Yes, chart patterns, they have classification. So when you see the classifications, you see a lot of different patterns. Today, we're only going to cover two of them. One is the double bottom, and another one is the symmetrical triangle. Okay, then we're going to look at real charts on the SI station, okay, a charting platform, to see if we can spot any chart patterns on real chart. Okay. So with this 1 hour, I'll try to give you my best. Okay. The info and knowledge that you can get. Okay. After this whole thing ends, we have a short interview with a PCFTA alum. Okay, at the end, just like 5 to 10 minutes. Then, whatever questions you may have, okay, we'll save it until the end, the Q&A session. Okay, So now let's begin. The first one, first look at chart patterns. So take a look at this. This is the first look at chart patterns. Like at first, you may not understand what's all this. Okay, there's this arc over here, and then a line here. What do they mean? Is this a chart pattern? And then the next one, also over here. So you can see it's two lines. It's just two lines are drawn on the price chart. So what are these patterns? Do they mean anything? Okay, so here's the first look at it. Now we're gonna do a quick recap on the trend lines and support and resistance before we go further into details. So we begin with trend lines first. So trend lines, just understand this. To generate sell signal with a trend line, first you gotta have two lows, okay? So there's 1 and 2, okay? Minimum of 2 lows for you to draw a straight line. Okay, you connect from one point to another point and then make it straight, extend it. Okay, so you may or may not have the third points or more after that. All right, but the main thing here is when using trend line, when you draw it like this, okay, the sell signal is when price breaks down the trend line over here. So trend line broken, this is a sell signal. So ideally, this is how it looks like. But on real charts, it may look different, or maybe it'll be more or slightly difficult to see at first. So you need to train your eyes. So let's take a look at a real chart and see how a trend line is drawn. So over here, you can see there's one low, another low. Let's say we take these 2 points and just extend it all the way. It has to be a straight line. And then if we can see more and more points touching this straight line, like over here and here, all right, and so on. Okay, so the more the better, because when there's more points touching that same trend line, it is telling us that that trend line for that situation is quite reliable. All right, so what's the signal here? The sell signal, where is it? So as I said just now, a sell signal is when price breaks down the trend line, such as over here. Okay, then you can see how price went down soon after the trend line was broken. So next, we're going to look at how to generate a buy signal using trend line. So first, just like the lows, this one we will do it on the highs. So again, you need 2 minimum points, 1 and 2. Then it's enough for you to draw a trend line, connect this to here, and extend it all the way. And again, you may or may not have the third point, okay, or more. So what to do after this? So just wait for price to break out of the trend line. And when it does so, that means trend line is broken and there is a buy signal. So ideally, it looks like this. Now we look at how it looks like on a real chart. So here's a real chart. May not be as easy as it seems. That's why you need practice. But for here, I can see the first point here and the second point here. And from there, I can just draw my trend line by connecting the high here to this high. And then extend it all the way to the right until I see a signal. Okay, so this trend line, this upper trend line was drawn because, again, I started from here, connected to here, and then there was a breakout over here. So based on this trend line, okay, you buy here. Then you can see price goes into an uptrend after that. Okay, so for trend line, this is it. Now we're gonna look at support and resistance. Very, very important. If you don't understand this, you won't be able to understand chart patterns. So we'll begin with support first. So for support, think of it as your floor. All right, meaning if this is your floor, that means that's your support, which means if price goes to near that support, it tends to bounce up like here and over here and over here. Okay, so once you identify a support, there are a few things you can do from here. Either to watch out for an entry opportunity, okay, to buy, or watch out for a time to sell and exit. Okay, so for example, if you were to look to buy, you would buy above support. So this is what we call buy on dip. If you identify that this is a strong support, a good it's a strong floor, when price bounce up again, okay, you buy right above the support. However, if price doesn't bounce up and it goes down instead, like instead of bouncing up, it goes down, then you have to sell below support. Okay, so imagine you're on the floor, you're walking and walking, and suddenly the floor breaks. What will happen to you? You will fall into the ground. Same goes to this. So when support is broken, you sell because price tends to fall lower and lower. Okay, so another example here of a support. So over here, if you identify that this is a support because price is reacting around this level, okay, several times. It goes here, bounce up. It goes here, and then it bounce up. It goes here again and bounce up. That's how you can identify a support level over here. So while this is your support, what happened here? Over here, you can see price breaks. And what did I say? If support is broken, it's as if the floor you're standing on is broken. So you can sell and save yourself from bigger losses. So for support, that's it. Now, next is resistance. So resistance, think of it as your ceiling. If you jump high and you hit the ceiling, you can't go any further up. All right. So just like this is a resistance. So you can see how price fails to break out above the resistance. So one approach you can do is you sell below resistance. You can think of it as your target. Here's another example. See, price fails to break above the resistance. So you can choose to sell at resistance or slightly below resistance. So what if resistance is broken? So over here, you can see there is a resistance here. And what if resistance is broken? Like over here. So let's say you are very, very athletic, you're very strong, you jump up very high, you not only hit the ceiling, but you break through the ceiling. What happens? Okay, you will go up further upward, just like price. So if price breaks above the resistance, right, we can expect price to go further upward, and that is when we buy. We buy on breakout. But at any time, don't forget, if somehow the breakout fails, it cannot sustain its momentum, you can sell right below it to cut loss. So the next thing here is very, very important as well to understand chart patterns. Okay, you have to understand the concept of resistance turn support and support turn resistance. So like over here, at first, this is a resistance. Okay. So this, at this point, is only a resistance. over here and over here, you can see. Once this point is broken, so from this point onward, it becomes the new support. Just like when you're in a building, if you are here, okay, this is, let me draw here, this is a building. This is many different floors of different level, okay? So if you are here, this is your floor and this is your ceiling. But if you are here, okay, this was previously your ceiling, but it's now your floor. And then this one up here is your new ceiling. It's just like resistance turned support. And also here, support turned resistance. Over here, we can see there is a support here as it was tested a few times. Okay, so once broken, you can sell. But this information here can still be useful in the future. As you can see, price goes forward and forward. And over here, it is acting as a ceiling, preventing price from going upward. So from here, we can see that support, once broken, it becomes the new resistance. Okay, so you can see here. So now that we've recapped on trend lines and support and resistance, now we can look at what are chart patterns. So listen carefully. So chart patterns are, if you go for a formal definition or you Google, you may not understand it if you don't have a teacher to teach you. So let me just put it in a very simple layman term. So chart patterns, they are price formation on price charts, whether it's stocks or commodities or any other financial instrument. So this price formation, they tend to form pictures or shapes. And those formations, they actually reflect human psychology and investors' emotion. I think some of you know by now that when we look at price charts, the past price movement is actually reflecting human psychology. So just like chart patterns are price formation. Therefore, they reflect human psychology and investors' emotion as well. So, all right, they make shapes and all, but what do they give? Those shapes, if you identify them correctly and you understand them, they can actually give you hints of the next move in the market. So this is the simplest way I can think of to help you understand what are chart patterns. So next, we're going to look at the classifications of chart patterns. So there are two classifications of chart patterns. So we have the reversal patterns over here. And then we also have the continuation patterns. So these are the main ones, and I think the ones you should know. Okay, so you can see over here, I've listed 8 best reversal patterns, and over here, 10 best continuation patterns. But since we don't have the time to cover all, so I'm just gonna cover one is here. Double bottom is a reversal chart pattern. And then we're gonna look at one continuation pattern, which is the symmetrical triangle. All right, so let's take a look first at the double bottom. So what's a double bottom? Just like what the name is suggesting, double bottom, it has two bottoms, or some people call it W bottom, because W also has two bottoms. So how does this chart pattern come about? First, you have to understand that chart patterns, they must be interpreted in the right context. Okay, so meaning if double bottom is a reversal pattern that appears in a downtrend, then you have to look for it when it's in a downtrend, okay? Cannot be in an uptrend, because if you see that, it might be a different pattern. So ideally, double bottom should be like this. There has to be a downtrend first. A lot of newbies, they get this wrong. They ignore the context or the previous trend. So after that, price has to create one low. At this point, maybe you won't suspect anything. Then it goes back down. It creates one high, okay? And then it goes back down again. And when it makes a second low that is at the same level or similar level, similar meaning slightly higher or slightly lower, but not too much. Okay, at this point, most people would suspect already that there could be a potential double bottom, because by point C, there's already, okay, like this. So over here, up to this point, we can draw a resistance over here, which is the same level as the peak here, B. Okay, so whatever pattern that doesn't have any breakout yet, we only call it potential. Okay, for example, potential double bottom. So what do we want from here? So if we're trading the double bottom, we want a breakout of the pattern. Okay, at this point, we can actually buy. Those who like to buy on breakout. But sometimes after breaking out, price may or may not go down again to retest the resistance turn support. So this part here is called the return move. Now we see why it's important to understand resistance turn support. So this was previously a resistance. Once broken, it becomes a support. So if there is a return move, some people, they love to buy on dip. Okay, so you can either buy on breakout here. Stop loss, of course, you put it below this level. Then if you want to buy on dip, if there is a return move, there's your opportunity. So here's an example on a real chart. You can see here, where's the double bottom? Let me show you. So you see here, two lows of similar level, and then there's one peak over here. So this is a double bottom. So if we use the breakout method, we would buy on the breakout over here, buy on breakout. And while double bottom can give you timing, the signal to enter based on breakouts, did you know that chart patterns can also help you to project targets? So for double bottom, you can actually project its target by measuring the vertical height of the pattern over here from the peak to the low here, and then project that same distance upward at the breakout point. So in chart patterns analysis, this is your minimum target based on double bottom. So with this, when you have clear target using chart patterns, that means you won't be taking profits too blindly. Without it, you could be taking too low, or you could be aiming too high. So that's for double bottom, right? So far, so good. Next, we're going to look at a continuation pattern, the symmetrical triangle. So symmetrical triangle is in the other classification of a triangle, okay, which is continuation pattern. Okay, so what happens here is it continues the previous trend. For an example, if previously there was a rally, okay, and then now it consolidates, it goes sideways like this. And if you draw your trend line, it visually forms a triangle. Okay, so this shape is the symmetrical triangle. but is it bullish or bearish? We look at the previous trend. So previously it was a rally. So now it's just taking a break here. While the triangle is being formed, it's actually a pause in the market. But when it breaks out, we expect the move to be bullish. So this is a bullish symmetrical triangle. Okay. So from the symmetrical triangle, what can we do? Well, just like the double bottom, we can buy on breakout. So the breakout is here. All right, then you can just buy breakout over there. For return move in symmetrical triangle, it happens less than other patterns like the double bottom. So for symmetrical triangle, usually people just go for buy on breakout. Okay. So over here you can see there's one high, two highs, three highs. When you draw this, you're actually using the concept of trend lines. So that's why I said understanding trend lines and support and resistance is very important. Okay, so what about the target? Like I said, chart patterns can help you to project targets. So for symmetrical triangle, you draw like this and this, right? What you have to do is the low part here, extend it, okay, until you get this point here, and then you just measure the vertical height. So we call it X. This same height, you have to project it not up here, okay? Not here, but at the breakout point, which is over here. Okay, let me just use laser here. Okay, over here, this is your X. So this is your minimum target. Some traders who are more aggressive, they take the height of the previous rally and project it at the breakout point. So which one you want, it's up to you. Conservative ones, for minimum target, you can just measure the height of the base of the triangle and then project it at the breakout point. So symmetrical triangle on a real chart. Let's see. Again, chart patterns, they must be seen in the right context. So if I'm talking about bullish symmetrical triangle, that symmetrical triangle has to appear after a rally. So in this case, we can see one over here. All right, so there's a rally here. So after that, you can see price goes sideways and sideways. Those who don't know chart patterns, they just see sideways. Those who know chart patterns, they see a symmetrical triangle. So is it in the right context? There's a triangle here. Previously, there was a rally. So it is in the right context. So what do? When you see a breakout, that's your opportunity to buy on breakout. So as for stop loss, you can place it below the breakout or below the previous low. And oh yeah, for targeting, you see here, okay, the low trend line here and the upper trend line here. At this point, just measure the vertical distance projected at the breakout point. Okay, I think it's not too difficult, right? So within this short period of time, we've covered double bottom and symmetrical triangle, the basics on how to look for those patterns, what are the approaches, and how to project targets based on those patterns so that you don't take profits blindly. So now for the next session, we're gonna go to SI station and let's see if we can spot any patterns together. So let me share my screen for a while. Okay, right now it should be on SI station. So let's see if we can find anything. Okay, we're not gonna use any indicators. Okay, it's just naked chart. Okay, so for here, let me see if there's any. Just scroll back up. Keep in mind that chart patterns take time to form. Okay, patterns like symmetrical triangle, double bottom. For me, I would say usually it's maybe at least 3 months. Okay, even if there is a small month, it's 1 month, but not less than a month. Only certain chart patterns they form within less than a month. Okay, I don't see any here. So I think I can skip, move on to other stocks, and let's see if we can find any. Or even potential ones are good enough. All right, I think maybe not in glove stocks. We can look at other patterns. Okay, there isn't one here as well. But there was one here some time ago. Okay. For over here, you can see. Stretch up a bit. Okay. So double bottom, you can see. There's a double bottom. So the one in the middle is, okay, is the peak. Is this in the right context? Let's see. Previously, it was a downtrend. Okay, so it is in the right context. This is an example of a small double bottom because it only took about a month or so to complete. Most I've seen takes longer than that. Triangles, 3 months. Okay, so this is a case where it just took around a month. So over here, there was a breakout. Oh, in this case, it broke up with an up gap, if anyone knows what that is. Okay, so it's a stronger sign of confirmation that this is a breakout of a double bottom. Okay, other than that, let's see if we can find any. Maybe in Tuffy. All right, not here. I don't see any. Okay, what about Great Tech? I remember that some tech stocks had a few chart patterns some time ago, maybe 2 years back. Okay, like, oh, what about this? All right, let's see if we can get any. Okay, so there is one. So chart patterns, trend lines, they don't have to be perfect, whereby you can see this one might be missed out just slightly. This one might be penetrated slightly. In real life, these things happen, okay? As long as you don't deviate too much from how the pattern ideally should look like. So in this case, there was a breakout of the symmetrical triangle. This was in 2021, okay, a long time ago. So what about targets? So target, we take the base off. Take the base off the triangle. Okay, and then project that same distance upward. Let's see if it was hit. Okay, in this case, it didn't. All right. So although it didn't, you would have gotten quite an amount of profit if you were to enter here, exit somewhere here. When you see this candle engulfs a few candles back, okay, within 1 day. So this can happen in the market despite having targets based on chart patterns. So that's why stop loss, trailing stop, you must apply to protect your existing profits. Okay. I think for more on share investation, we can do it later if we have the time. Now we go back to the slides. Okay, just one more slide before I call that person for a short interview. So for chart patterns, other techniques that you can use to add confirmation is by using volume. You have to read the volume pattern and know for each pattern how the volume is supposed to behave like. Then for more advanced technique, you can use indicators or oscillators to spot divergences, okay, when the potential patterns are being formed. Other techniques I can think of is by using, okay, gaps. Just now I briefly mentioned there was a double bottom. They broke up a double bottom with a gap. Okay, so that's another sign that the pattern is strong, reliable. It just adds confirmation to the chart patterns. Okay, if you learn deeper, there's actually more. Whatever methodology you use, if it confluence, okay, with the chart patterns you draw that you see, it adds confirmation. All right, so now we're gonna have a short interview with a PCFTA alum. Okay, he actually scored distinction in the STA exam. So I'd like to welcome Neo, okay, and join us for the interview. So Neo, hi, welcome. Can you hear me?
Hi, Afnan. Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, good, good. Right, I can see your handsome face there. All right. So we'll start with the first questions, yeah?
Oh, sure.
So, the first question is out of all the courses out there, why do you choose PCFTA? What were you looking for exactly?
Oh, okay. Why PCFTA and what I was looking for? I wanted to find something that would provide me a base from which, TA would be done. And given a choice between the other major so-called examinations and all like CFA, CMT, PCFTA was available in Malaysia and under someone who I know. So it was a no-brainer. And the chance to also get tested and recognized by a body also was also a plus. Yeah. That's why PCFTA.
I see, I see. So you already knew someone, huh? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. All right, question number two. Before you decided to join PCFTA, was there anything that was holding you back? Maybe doubts, because many people they have had this problem.
Oh, actually no. In a sense, well, this choice was actually probably 1.5 year in the making, lah. So, I just needed to settle my affairs before I plunged myself into the study of technical analysis. So, it was actually part of the plan to proceed on towards PCFTA, lah. Yeah.
I see. It took a while to prepare for that, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Next, what do you find to be useful from the course? Or maybe what's your, favorite topic? Anything you find useful?
This is very hard because I like them all, even though I don't necessarily understand them in depth. But if there were favorites, it would be the use of indicators, numerical methods, point and figure, and this Elliott waves. So these are, to me, one of the top three. Yeah.
Top three. All right, all right. That's good to know. Uh, yeah, even for myself and most of the other students, they mentioned that one of their favorite topics were the oscillator analysis because that's where they learn many other indicators and oscillators that they've never even heard of. And like how to a lot of people who
Mm-hmm.
just started trading, when you hear indicators, you'll be like, oh wow, indicators, what indicator? Because it's like it's as if indicators are magic to us, and that's why we're so into it. And
It provides to me provides some of thing like a an almost idiot proof kind of a way. Up, down, sell, those kind of things are at least.
yes, many people were looking for that. And also, not to mention, forgot to mention, Ichimoku, something new to me. It's very refreshing. So I could say it's one of my favorites as well. Plus, I believe knowing this indicators and oscillators, it helps one to become an analyst, because when you write report, you
Mm,
have to know how to interpret the charts using all these indicators.
agree. And
Mm.
that's what I learned. That's what I learned.
All right. Um, okay, next one. What are you currently doing now with the knowledge that you got from the PCFTA course?
Oh, I'm refining my trading. Even learning how to share with other people and applying the knowledge where possible. Tradable assets all around. And actually seeing the what do you call that? The all inclusiveness of TA. Yeah, and all inclusiveness of what I have learned so far. Yeah, so it's a journey. After my PCFTA, this is the journey that I'm setting myself on. Refining, exploring, expanding. Yeah, that's what this PCFTA has provided. Yeah.
I see. Um, well, many people have said that also. First thing they mentioned is, of course, improve the trading skill. Then for those who are still working, they say it's for future employment in the world of technical analysis, and they say the MSTA and CFTE qualifications help them to be recognized by good companies, and then the skills and knowledge they get help them to perform well in their job. Okay, that's what I've heard mostly from people. So now I think, as you know, right now we have had students who joined the PCFTA, now currently working in UOB in Singapore, M plus and and so on. There's a lot.
Yeah. That I've
Mm.
also heard.
All right. Okay, last question for today. Who would you recommend the PCFTA course to?
Okay. A very important question. Okay, for me, recommendations. Who? Those who want to build a solid foundation in technical analysis, those who want to look into the deeper things of the financial markets, you know, uh, a sort of lens by which you can view the financial markets, those who want to be able to cherry pick the various trading systems that are out there. PCFTA provides a very good base in terms of understanding what is available out there in the market. If you knew just chocolates, but if you know in-depth chocolates, then you go like, oh, okay, there's things like there's things beyond Cadbury lah, put it that way lah. And those who want a change of career, something which would then give them more value for their time. Yeah, PCFTA is definitely a choice. In fact, I would say it's my choice. That's why I chose PCFTA.
Okay, that's very, how to say, metaphorical way to put it. So if you know just chocolate, you only know chocolate. If you know more, there's dark chocolate, white chocolate. Is that what you're saying?
Precisely, or the brand
Okay.
names, or things you can do on your own. Yeah, you know
Yes, you
more
can.
as you know more.
Yes, you can even make your own chocolate or trading system.
Yep.
And okay, this is from me. Anyone out there who's around my age, in early 20s, uh okay, if you like to have technical analysis as your career, then I highly recommend the course. In fact, that's why I took the course, because at one point while doing my degree in business management, I decided to, okay, I think I like this. this line of work, technical analysis or trading, I want to have this as my career. And that's why I went for the PCFTA. So if you're young, I'm sure you have a lot of potential in this line. Okay. So Neo, that was the last question. So anything else you
Okay.
want to say before it's a goodbye?
Oh, try explore. Give PCFTA a chance to change your life.
That's a nice way to put it. Okay. So Neo, thank you for joining the short session here.
Thanks for having
So
me.
I'll see you around.
See you around.
Okay. See you. Bye bye. Okay, everyone. So that was Neo, one of our PCFTA students who scored distinction in both paper 1 and paper 2. Okay. So after hearing from him, if you want to learn more, you can join our PCFTA, okay, to learn more than what you have learned today. So just now, the chart patterns of double bottom and spectral triangle, okay, if you look here, those you will learn are in module 2 of the PCFTA. Okay, out of the 13 modules, chart pattern is in module 2 over here. And within this module, the one I explained are only 2 of those many patterns. Okay, so to go through briefly what we have in the PCFTA, these are the modules. We have introduction to technical analysis, okay, support resistance, history of money and all that. Then we have chart patterns analysis. We have moving average, technical indicators and oscillators. Many people love this, module 4. All right. Then we have advanced candlestick charting. The Elliott wave principles, Neo mentioned that just now. We have gun theory. Okay. Next, we have time cycle, module 8. And then cryptocurrency and money management is here. Okay. Okay, let me show you again over here. Module 1, introduction to the technical analysis. Then just now, module 2, chart pattern analysis. Then we have the moving average. And then module 4, many students love this, technical indicators and oscillators. Then we have advanced candlestick charting, not just reversal patterns, but also continuation in Japanese candlestick. And then Elliott wave, gun theory, time cycle, cryptocurrency, money management. And then Heikinashi is a type of chart like a candlestick plus moving average. Market profile, Kagirenko, 3-line break, multiple time frame. Point and figure charts is a unique type of chart. And then Ichimoku trading strategy, the one I just mentioned. And lastly, those who are interested to take the exam to get the MSTA UK and CFTE US titles. In the last module is where the lecturers will help you to prepare for this. So those of you who want to have and build career in trading and the investment field, so the 3 months course is suitable for you, because if you pass the STA UK exam, you will get the MSTA UK title beside your name. And then without taking any other exam, because the body issuing this certificate recognizes the certificate from here, MSA UK, they can give you a certified financial technician qualification, okay? Just by paying some admin fee, all right? So this 3-month course is a joint venture between Asia Metropolitan University and accredited university. And these are the exam. This is the exam that you will be prepared to sit. And if you pass, this will be the qualifications that you will get. And after these 2 qualifications, the biggest brokerage houses in the world, they'll be chasing you. And because the demand is high for this. And in fact, if you notice, many remisers in Malaysia, they have these two titles beside their name, MSTA UK and CFTE US. This is how great the titles are. Okay, so registrations are open. The next one will be the 27th intake. But what are the 5 reasons that you should take the course? So reason number 1, like most people out there, they would love to have a deeper understanding in technical analysis. All this is to improve their trading skills. So you learn many things like moving averages, indicators, oscillators, chart patterns, all this to improve trading skill. Okay. Then number 2, those who want to obtain a diploma in technical analysis. Once you get this, you will get the title MSTA UK, Member of Society of Technical Analysts from UK. And then the other one I mentioned, Certified Financial Technician, CFTE, USA. So you'll get that. You'll get those 2 titles beside your name. And then the next reason is, like I myself, I wanted to have a career in this. Okay, so I was looking for potential employment to anyone hiring analysts and traders with these qualifications. And then 4, some people, they are interested to teach technical analysis in universities or colleges, or like myself in an academy. Reason number 5, some people, one day they wish to write a book and to become a successful author like Mr. Fred Tam himself, which his chart patterns and Japanese candlestick book are still best-selling in popular bookstore. And my chart pattern analysis book, I just bought it from popular bookstore, One Utama, and that's how I came across Mr. Fred Tam and F1 Academy. And of course, some people who wish to retire soon, okay, what do you plan to do? So if you want to have another source of income without doing much, if trading is an option, then you would want to have a good trading skill for your retiring days. So again, just to elaborate further, why us? Because in terms of technical analysis in Malaysia, okay, we are the top school. And over here, you can see from the previous intake, this is from STA themselves. In the whole world during that intake, only 3 students got distinction. 2 of them came from us. And the second name here in the middle, okay, that was Neo. Okay, the person just now that came for the interview. Okay, so that's the highlight. But the overall, just to show you, our passes are high. Okay, essay paper 1, we had 10 passes, 6 out of 10 scored distinction. Okay, and then for paper 2, like I said just now, in the whole world, only 3 got distinctions. 2 of them came from us. So if you join us, you'll be assured that for exams, you'll be in good hands to pass and even score distinction for the exam. Okay, so registration is now open. Here's the good news. I think you all know Black Friday. So we have a Black Friday promo here. This is the price. And this price is only until, well, end of this Friday, 25th of November. Then after that, the price is going to increase from there. All right, from 26th of November to the 31st of December. Okay. Then after that, it'll be from 1st of January 2023 up until the 7th of January only, because after that, the class is going to start soon. So as of now, price is here, 17220. Okay, so if you pay by installment for 24 months, this is the cost, 717 ringgit and 50 cents. Okay, each month. So if you're interested, you can hurry up and register by contacting the numbers here below. All right, so now we are open to the floor. So any questions that you guys want to ask regarding today's topic or technical analysis in general, or the PCFTA course, or anything else? Okay, let me just go through the comments section and see. Let's see if there are any questions. Oh yeah, some of the most frequently asked questions about PCFTA. If you're sending your children to take it, if they are under 18 years old, can they take the course? They can take the PCFTA course if they are below 18 years old, but for the exam, the STA UK exam, they have to be at least 18 years old. Okay, this rule is not set by us, it is set by the Society of Technical Analysts. So what you can do is you can take the course early, okay? Then once you reach 18 years old, then you can just take the exam. You don't have to take the entire course again. All right, any questions? If no questions, maybe you guys can just say all good. All right, any questions? I'll give you guys another 1 minute. If there are no questions, then we can end it. Just sharing. For the PCFTA, the youngest student we have had was I think it was 16 years old. But not me. When I took it, I was 18. So there was someone younger that took it. Any questions? All right, just a few more minutes. So far, no questions, or maybe I've missed. Let me scroll back up all the way again. Okay, checking. All right, since there are no questions, then I would like to end it here. So once again, thank you everyone for joining. So I hope you learned something useful here for your trading. So the patterns you've learned, double bottom and symmetrical triangle, you can practice, train your eyes to look for these patterns. But remember, they have to appear in the right context. Okay? So I'm Afnan, and I hope we can see each other during the next intake of the PCFTA. See you. Bye-bye.
Hi everyone. If you want to be an expert in trading the financial markets or to be a professional in this line of work, join our professional certificate in financial technical analysis. This certificate course is a 3-month course. You will learn 30 improvement modules to enhance your trading strategies. At the same time, we prepare you for the prestigious diploma in financial technical analysis exams from the UK, as well as the certified exams from the US. You will be in good company. What you will learn from this course is applicable to stocks, commodities, CFDs, Forex, cryptocurrencies, crude palm oil, index futures, and learn how to make profit from up and down markets. Here are the 5 reasons why you take this course. Number 1, deeper understanding of technical analysis and other indicators. Number 2, obtain a diploma in financial technical analysis from world-renowned organizations. Number 3, you might want to be employed in an international brokerage firm, unit trust, or bank. Number 4, you may want to teach technical analysis in universities or colleges. And number 5, you may want to be a renowned author like myself. Choose your learning modes, in-campus or online classes. Now, let me show you our track record since 2007. In 2018, we have a passing rate of 100% for the STA Paper 1 from our 19 intake students. Later in 2019, our students brought in a passing rate of 100% as well for both Paper 1 and Paper 2. Now, let me show you what the other benefits are for signing up with us. Benefit number 1, 13 powerful modules. We'll give you the hard copies and you can keep them, and this is worth 90,000 ringgit. Benefit number 2, you will have access to our TAD system for 6 months, and this is worth 60,619 ringgit. Benefit number 3, you will have access to my daily newsletter for 6 months, and this will help you in your trading. I will tell you which stocks to look out for, and this newsletter is worth 5,000 ringgit. Benefit number 4, you will get 2 advanced trading software, 1 the SI Station with TAD templates, and 2 the MetaTrader 4, and this is worth 25,000 ringgit. Last but not least, you'll be in our Telegram support group for 6 months, and we'll continuously support you with all the help that you need. It is worth 5,000. The value of this course is 185,619. You will have special discounts if you sign up now.
Premiumbeat.com.
So hurry up and register now. Contact our customer support at these numbers.